Welcome back guys. In this video I'll be testing Nioh Part 2 on my Steam Deck running on SteamOS and Rog Ally running on Windows 11. It is an action role-playing game in which the players can create their own playable character who is a hybrid born of a yokai mother and a human father, granting the protagonist many abilities related to yokai adapted from traditional Japanese folklore. Nioh Part 3 was announced recently. It will be released in early 2026. Now this game only supports DLSS Upscaler. In this video I'll be showing you how to use Optiscaler mod to replace DLSS Upscaler with FSR 3.1 Upscaler. Native XeSS Upscaler is not going to work on Rog Ally as the game only supports Direct3D 11 API, but you can use XeSS with DirectX 12 translation layer. It comes with a performance overhead compared to the native XeSS Upscaler. You will be getting better performance using FSR Upscaler instead of XeSS with DirectX 12 translation layer. Optiscaler FSR frame generation is also not going to work due to DirectX 11 API. So I'll be using AFMF 2.1 on Rog Ally to enable frame generation. First I'll show you Optiscaler Mod Setup on my Rog Ally. We'll be using the Daria build of Optiscaler version 0.7.7 preview 9. Can be downloaded from Optiscaler's GitHub page. We'll give its link in the description. Scroll down until you find the asset section. Expand it, click on the .7z link here. Open Optiscaler's archive file. Copy the highlighted files, 3 of them. Need to paste them in the game's install directory. I'll be running the Epic Games version of the game. Just open your Epic Games library. Search for Nioh Part 2. Click on the 3 dots below the game's box art. Click on Manage. Click on the folder icon here. Paste the files here. And just change the name of optiscaler.dll file to dxgi.dll. Hit enter. Open optiscaler.ini file and just set fg type to no fg. Click on file, click on save, close. Look for a DLL file name nvngx_dlss. There it is in the game's install directory where the game's main exe file is present. Create a copy of this file, paste, change its name to nvngx.dll. And that's it, the mod has been installed. I'll show you the Adrenaline settings now. This game's profile did not pop up automatically in Adrenaline software. I had to manually add the game's main exe file to Adrenaline. I'll show you the process. Open the gaming section of Adrenaline software, click on the 3 dots here, click on add a game. Navigate to a directory where you have installed the game. In my case it's C drive, Epic folder. Looking for the game's install folder. There it is, Nioh Part 2. Open it and just select the exe file Nioh 2. Click on open. I have already done that. Show the game's profile. For this game I have enabled FreeSync, anti-lag, disabled VSync. First I'll run the game without AFMF. I've set the UMA buffer size to 5 GB. My Ally is running on BIOS version 3.1. Install Ally's latest official GPU driver that added support for Doom the Dark Ages. Using a 27 watts manual profile, all 3 power values set at 27 watts. 900p resolution CPU boost disabled. Connected my Flydigi Vader 4 Pro controller to Ally via Bluetooth mode. Launch the game. I'll use Adrenaline's performance overlay to show you the performance metrics. The game can be played in co-op mode, but I'll be playing it in solo mode. Show you the in-game settings. Display mode set to borderless, 900p resolution, frame rate gap 0.20, shadows medium, motion blur disabled, dynamic reflections. I'll enable it. Ambient occlusion on. Texture quality and effects quality set to high. Yeah, DLSS enabled using its quality preset. This means Optiscaler mod is working. Open Optiscaler menu by pressing the insert keyboard key. There it is. I'll just increase its size. Click on the drop down bar next to UI scale. Set the value to 1.1. From this drop down bar you need to select the upscaler. By default FSR 2.1 is selected. I'll switch to FSR 3.x. Apply. And this is the version of the upscaler 3.1.2. Now if you select XeSS, game will crash. XeSS with DX12 option should work on Ally translation layer. See the other options. I'll stick with native FSR 3.1.2 Upscaler. You need to enable this setting auto exposure, otherwise very ugly ghosting will be produced around the character model. Click on save and add. Here we are in. There's a character. Check out the image quality. It's looking clean, sharp. Oh no, monster in the background. Not powerful enough to take it down. Here FPS is close to 60. Just traverse the village. The RAM usage is close to 4 GB. It's the night time. Monsters coming straight towards me. I'll just run away. Creature is angry. FPS stays close to 50. Can be a few inches here and there. I have just installed the game, so that may be the reason. Sprint. Small fry. Take out this demon. Ran out of stamina. Stagger it. Okay, now I'll enable AFMF. Open Adrenaline settings by pressing Alt and R keys together. Enable AFMF 2.1 from here. Check its status, it should be active. Green tick is there. I have set the search mode to high. This prevents frame generation smoothing effect from getting disabled during fast visual motion. Performance mode set to quality. I'll apply a 58 FPS cap using Radiant Chill. Peak and idle FPS value set to 58. This will disable anti-lag. VSync off. Resume the game. Yeah, FPS increased to around 90. Can observe the added amount of smoothness. Latency is not an issue. Frame generation lag value 15 milliseconds only. And AFMF is not producing any ghosting around the character model. Even the HUD elements are not flickering. Looking for some NPCs. Fight against. VRAM usage increased to around 4.2 GB. Seems to be a human. Two of them need to be careful. (100 FPS). Running so smoothly. Stand staggered. Grapple move. Beautiful. Oh, it's still live. Done. Got the elixir. Restores the health. We'll be running the Epic Games version of Nioh Part 2. Already shown you how to install Epic Games on Steam Deck via Steam itself. We'll drop the tutorial video link in the description of the video. Now it's very important to use G Proton version 9-27 as the compatibility layer for running Nioh Part 2 via Epic Games. Otherwise, the in-game cutscenes won't render properly and the game will crash randomly. Just download G Proton 9-27 from Proton Up Qt app. It's a free application which is available on Discover Store. I'll show you Optiscaler Mod Setup now. Download the Daria build of Optiscaler from its GitHub, version 0.7.7 preview 9. I'll give the link to it in the description of the video. Expand the asset section, click on the .7z link here. Open Dolphin File Explorer, go to Downloads. Here you'll find the Optiscaler file that you just downloaded. I have transferred it to another directory. There it is. This does not matter. Open Optiscaler's archive file. We just need to extract two files. I'll highlight them. Optiscaler.ini and Optiscaler.dll. If you want to use XCSS upscaler with DirectX 12 translation layer, you need to extract this DLL file as well, libxcss, but it will come with the performance overhead compared to native XCSS and FSR 3.1 upscalers, so I won't be using it. Drag and drop these two files outside of this archive window. There they are. Just change the name of Optiscaler.dll file to dxgi.dll. Spelling mistake. There you go. Open Optiscaler.ini file. Just set dx11 upscaler to FSR 31. Just set FG type to no FG. Optiscaler frame generation won't work with DirectX 11. Scroll down until you find init flag section. There it is. You need to set auto exposure to true. This will fix the ghosting issue. Click on save. I don't even need to open the mod menu. Just select and cut the extracted files. Need to paste them in the game's install directory. I have installed the game in home directory of Steam Deck, games folder, open, LOF folder, Nioh 2 folder. This is the game's install directory. There's the game's main exe file, nioh2.exe. You need to paste the mod files in this directory. Now create a copy of this DLL file, nvngx_dlss, copy, paste, set its name to nvngx, click on continue. Now we need to add a launch argument to Epic Games. Select it in your Steam library, click on the settings cog here, click on properties. Under launch options, add this line of text. I'll provide it in the description of the video. We are ready to run the game. I'll switch to SteamOS gaming mode. Launch Epic Games. Epic Games started. Launch the game from here. Cutscene should be working properly. Waiting for the opening cutscene. There it is. Fixed via Proton version 9-27. Compatibility layer capped at 30. Audio is working properly. Skip it. Performance QM settings. OLE level set to 2. Frame limit set to 60. That's it. Show you the in-game settings. Display mode set to windowed. 720p resolution. This game does not support 800p resolution. FPS cap 60. Shadow set to medium. Motion blur disabled. Dynamic reflections and ambient occlusion enabled. Texture quality set to high. Same thing for effect quality. DLSS enabled. Using its quality preset. This means Optiscaler mod is working. Open the mod menu by pressing the insert keyboard key. If you don't have a keyboard, just map insert key to any of Steam Deck's backgrip buttons. There's the mod menu working. Selected FSR 3.x as the upscaler. DirectX 11 version. Source API DLSS version of the Upscaler 3.1.2. Auto exposure setting on. We made these changes via Optiscaler.ini file. Don't need to change anything from here. Don't even need to open the menu. Here you can see the base and the output resolutions here. Here we are in. FPS in this game can be very variable depending on the area. Here we are getting close to 60 FPS. FPS suddenly dropped to 42 when I moved the camera around. Where to cap the FPS at 40 for a more stable experience. Quickly do this. Can't pause the game. Performance QM settings. Applied a 40 FPS cap. This should reduce the power draw, helping conserving the battery. Store my head. Not good. Surrounded. You need to be careful. Don't want to run out of stamina like this. Yeah, good performance on Steam Deck. I'm getting a stable 40 FPS. Image quality is looking clean, sharp, not observing any artifacts. This is native FSR Upscaler 3.1.2. Oh no, got staggered. See, that was close. Oh, I survived. With other versions of Proton, game was crashing randomly, but with this version of Proton, it's a very stable experience, and the cutscenes also work properly. So that's it with the video, guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.